Hey guys, welcome to Realeather. In this video, we're going to go over the very basics of leather tooling using the Realeather tooling kit. So in this video, I am going to take the multi-tool case kit, which has beautiful veg tan leather pieces in it. And I'm going to use the leather tooling tools that come in this kit to do some very simplistic stamping on some leather, just to show you what leather tooling is all about. This is a very beginner video. I am a beginner myself, but I thought it'd be fun to explore together. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to know is in your kit you have 6 stamps that are all different shapes and sizes. This one is very shallow stamping. This will give you a deeper texture. That's a circle stamp that's going to really leave you a deeper hole. These are the tools we're going to start with. Also in your kit you get a swivel knife, which you hold like this and it swivels as you go around lines. We are not getting into that part in this video, so you can just set this guy aside for now and look for the videos in the future on how to do more advanced tooling. But for now we're just going to do beginners, so we're going to set that aside. The other thing you get is this really handy basics and leather tooling book. It walks you through how to do this flower here, which is just beautiful. And then in the back it gives you some border ideas and some very simplistic stamping ideas. This is where we're going to play today. The other things you will need a mat to do your stamping on. This is just a simple nylon cutting mat that I got at the dollar store. It's a 1/4 inch. It's about a 1/2 inch thick. It's perfect for doing small projects. You are going to need a ruler and a pencil, or I'm using a stylus, but a pencil is probably a better idea if you're a beginner. I'm actually going to need a mallet to hit the stamps to tool the leather. So you'll need those tools along with your pieces from the multi-tool case kit. This has several pieces in it that are all veg tan, and we're going to use those to stamp and play with these tools. We need to wet our pieces, and so to wet the leather, or what they call it is casing the leather, I'm going to use some paper towels here and I'm going to wet both sides of the leather. That's the casing. I'm getting it nice and wet, and then I'm going to turn these pieces over and I'm going to do the other side. And you'll see it just disappears, and that's because it's being absorbed into the leather. It's making it a little more pliable and workable, but you also have to let it kind of absorb in, and it will turn back to its normal color and it will be cool to the touch, and that's when we know it's ready to start tooling. So this is the side pocket, and it's going to get rolled like this. So for this I may just do lines of the border ideas on here, and I am going to pull out a small ruler to do this with, just so I stay straight and even. And this is just a little acrylic ruler that I'm going to use so I can align one edge with the leather and have one edge for where I'm going to be tooling. And I'm going to do a very light score, a very light line, just so I know where I want to be. I'm going to go about 3/4 of an inch from the edge and just do a very light score line. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. That way I know where I'm working, and you can also just do this with a pencil. You don't have to score it. Just going to do some basic trim down the edge. So I've gone ahead and scored away at 3/4 of an inch away from either side, and make sure that's 3/4 and that's 3/4. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stamp down the middle. So I'm going to pick my shape. In this case, I think I'm going to do this this kind of pear going down the middle. And so I'm going to turn this. I'm going to align the 2 edges of the tool with the drawn line on the piece. And the other thing I think I'm going to do, this is 3 1/8. I'm going to mark my center point. So I'm going to get as close as I can and just mark my center on each of these. And I'm going to work from the center out. That way the design can kind of fall off the edge and it will look nice. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it centered on my center point. We're going to align the two edges of the tool even with the scored line that I did. And I'm just going to tap it gently. Okay, if I want it to go deeper, I can reposition the tool. You'll feel it kind of fall into the groove. So ideally you want to get it the first time, but there we go. And then I'm going to move over to this side and align the edge with the line. And I'm just doing this all the way down. And so you can see here the design's going to fall right off the edge of my leather, but that's okay because it's going to do the same thing on the other side, and in the end it'll look even. And now we're going to do it up here. So I have that scalloped line there, and now I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to align the tool with the opposite right across from it and make sure it kind of overlaps where I stamped, so it makes a completely closed oval. So let me do the first one and I'll show you. So you can see how it creates that oval, and I'm going to do that all the way up. There we go. We have a braid, so when this comes around, it'll be right in the middle. I'm going to add a little more detail, and I'm going to do the back side. So for the detail, I'm going to take the little tiny circle, and I'm going to center it, just like they did here. And I'm going to use that scored line again as my... And then on this guy, we're going to do our best to get it on the center using the scallops. You can use the scallops. There's 5 scallops, so you know the 5th scallop or the 3rd scallop in is your center. That helps you align this. All right, how's that? Nice and easy. Just repeat it on the back side so they match, and then we'll be done with the side pocket. Sometimes the leather will start to dry out. We're definitely going to have to re-wet those. If you need to dampen it again before you start stamping, just do that again and let it soak in. And then once it's soaked in, we can go ahead and finish the other side. You want to keep it an even level of dampness so that it will be even in your stamping. You also want to keep your pressure even, and you want to do, if you notice, I'm always doing the same number of taps once I figured it out. Just try to keep everything consistent, and it'll look consistent in the end. All right, so we're ready to go ahead and do this side. I'm just going to speed this part up. All right, our pocket is done. It'll be nice and simple when we do this. You can add texture to this, which I'm not going to do right now. And you can also, so when we fold this in half, I mean, I could just keep going. We're going to keep it nice and simple. This is our first try. Let's not mess it up. So that's number 1. So that one is done. Now this is the center. The only part we see of the center is from the holes out. So there's no reason to do anything on this side. So for this guy, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do this design. We're going to do this design and then that kind of a border around, which is this fat, sunny one and then this skinny. They kind of nest each other. And then I might add a little dot at each point. They did not do that there. And we will go from there. Now they also use this to add a texture to the back, and I thought about doing it, but I think in this case we're going to leave it smooth with the tool. Our next attempt will get a little fancier. So to do this, this is nice and damp. And I was going to do this little flower in the center. So again, I'm going to use my ruler. We're going to see what we've got to work with here. It's always, no matter what craft you're doing, it's always good to get your measurements. So that's 1 inch from there to there. And this little doohickey is exactly a 1/2 inch, so that works perfect. So we can go 1, 2. And then if you look over here, we can do 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna have to do a fancy thing here at the tip. I think we'll do 1 and then blend it in. I'm just scoring a very tiny line, 1/8 of an inch away from the edge so that all of my scallops have a starting point. And you can see I'm eyeballing that one. And then we're gonna do another 1/8 inch on this side. All right, we're ready to start stamping. We're gonna go ahead and align that with my scored line. And I'm gonna just go back and forth, and we're gonna see how this looks up to the tail, up to the tip. I'm not gonna do this side. I'm just gonna do this side and this side, and then we'll figure out what we need to do at the front. Because again, we are winging this. All right, so we've done all of those, and then on the last one, I turned it the other way to kind of go around the tongue. Now we're gonna work our way back over there. So we're gonna repeat what we just did. And then we're at the tongue again. So we're gonna turn this to mimic the corner radius. And then at the very end, we'll go ahead and do one more sunrise. Do I want it that way? I think I want to do it this way so it also mimics. All right, so I have tooled this, let's bring it up here. I've tooled this whole edge and this whole edge. Kind of looks like I know what I'm doing, huh? All right, so we have this little area here that we could put something, and that's what I was thinking of putting that. So I'm gonna go ahead and find my center with my ruler. I'm gonna measure all of this and be ready to stamp here in just a minute. So it's 1 3/4. So that's what right here. And then from side to side, it is 1 3/4. So actually this spot right here is my center. And I recommend using a pencil. I'm using an awl, but a pencil would probably be much better. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start my center with the center dot. Like that. Then I'm just, again, mimicking what they did here. So off of each one, and see, I was gonna do that, but it's actually gonna be probably too long. So what we'll do is we're gonna use this one. I think what we'll do is we're just gonna make this work for this space, mimicking that design, but we're not gonna do the sides. I think we'll just do a long one and see how that looks and see what else we need to add. I think one of the things about doing tooling on leather is you kind of have to look at your space, look at your shapes, and see what's gonna work for you in that area. This is definitely, you can work all this out on vellum, which I recommend. You could trace this piece and work the whole design out on the vellum. But if you're gonna do like me and just wing it, you're just gonna follow your instincts and the space you have on your piece. So there's the first part. And then I think what we'll do is we're gonna come out here. So we'll do one out here and mimic this. And then over on this side, we're gonna do the same thing. And then we're gonna take the little sun rays and we're gonna put those right on the inside. Well, that's pretty. Okay, so we've done that. I'm gonna probably put some little holes. I think I'll put 4 little dots in there and 1 in each center to mimic what we did here, over here. And then this piece will be ready. All right, so there we go. That is all nicely tooled, pretty little design. It ties in with the side pocket. And now we are ready to do our front piece. We are ready to stamp this. I'm gonna do the same thing I did on this piece, I think. I'm gonna go 3/4 of an inch in and do that. We're gonna leave that as our decorative embellishment and just have these running down the front. So we're gonna keep it simple for our first guy. All right, now we are all done stamping our pieces for our multi-tool case kit. I'm going to point you over to the YouTube video that shows you how to assemble this guy. Very easy to do, but it was very fun to play with these stamps and get all these little designs on here, to talk through how to make a cohesive design so that everything matches once it's put together and looks nice but not over the top, and also just how to start tooling leather. So I hope this video has been very helpful. Make sure you leave me a comment below and let me know if you're going to try your hand at tooling leather. As always, all these tools are available over at realeather.com. I look forward to your comments, and I'll see you in the next one.